Lieutenant General Dr. Molefe Isaac Fani, Divisional Commissioner of Supply Chain Management in the South African Police Service, was formally served with a notice of intention to suspend in terms of the South African Police Service SAPS discipline regulations. These actions follows a finding by the Special Investigating Unit SIU relating to his tenure at the National Treasury, where he served as the acting chief procurement officer. The finding relate to a contract that was declared irregular due to non-compliance with supply chain management prescript, conflict of interest and wasteful expenditure. He will provide reasons why he shouldn't be suspended in due course. This comes from the SIU investigations relating him to being at the National Treasury and in the acting chief of procurement role before. Izindaba ivele emveni kokuba sesikhulume ngaye uGeneral Fani ukuthi nguyena ophethe supply chain futhi waye uchairperson we-Bid Adjudication Committee. Le kuyiyona eyasayina i-contract kaKurt Matlala. Yayisana noma uGeneral Fani Masemula esebatshelile ukuthi ucontractwe ye-IDEC yamtshela ukuthi i-tax clearance yecompany kaKurt Matlala okuyi-Medi 24 Tshwane District ngathi is fraudulent. Okwesibili, uKurt Matlala uyabandakanyeka edabeni lweThembisa Hospital. Kodwa khona kunjalo waqhubeka uGeneral Fani wayisayina leyo contract. Namhlanje iSIU iveza indaba zokuthi bamnikeze iletter ukuthi aka responde asho ukuthi iziphi izathu ekufuneka bangamsuspendi ngazo, kodwa lolu daba alihlobene necontract kaKurt Matlala. Fanele lokho sikucacise ukuthi njengoba iSIU ikhipha ama-findings wayo bembhalela ilethe ukuthi akasho ukuthi kungani fanele angasuspendwa, akungoba kukhulunywa ngecontract kaKurt Matlala, kodwa kukhulunywa ngecontract eyagcina ideclare as irregular due to non-compliance with i-supply chain management prescripts, okusho ukuthi ayizange comply nayo yonke imigomo nemibandela ye-supply chain. Lokho kwenza ukuthi kube ne-conflict of interest bese kuthiwa ne-wasteful expenditure, ukuthi bagcine besebenzisa imali dedengu ngokuthi kunikezwe kusayina i-contract noma i-company ethize ithole i-contract ebekungafanele ithole ngoba ingahambelani, ingacomply, thingisho njalo, ingacomply. Sizolukhumbula udaba lika-General Dumisani Khumalo lokuboshwa kwabo mayelana nokuthi bathatha lo yasisi wayesebenza kwa-BM bazomenza ulieutenant, bazomenza ubrigadier emaphoyiseni. uGeneral Dumisani Khumalo mayichaza uthi kwakungeyena umuntu oqala, uma kukhona umuntu abamdingayo bayakwenza lokho. uGeneral Fani ungomunye wabantu wayesebenza kwi-National Treasury, esebenza kwi-Office le-Supply Chain Management. Njengoba sizola ukuthi ngesikhathi kokuphuma leyo contract waye-acting chief procurement officer. Angazi ngesikhathi uGeneral Khumalo bemlanda khona wathothi bafuna umuntu one-experience nge-supply chain ukuthi azosebenza ku-supply chain esiphoyiseni. Bavele bamthatha lapha ku-National Treasury, mayifika ngapha bamnika i-position yokuba uLieutenant General. Uthi bamthatha bamusa kwi-training for ukuthi ayofunda ukuthi amaphoyisa asalutha kanjani. Ingakho-ke kuyathiwa lelo daba lika-General Khumalo it's an HR matter ngoba bayakwenza vele lokho. Wachaza uGeneral Khumalo wathi noma engeke adalule imfihlo zabo as intelligence, kodwa babheka ukuthi lo muntu simdingelana. Uma bebona ukuthi ngaphakathi akekho umuntu onalento abayifunayo bese belanda umuntu bebengaqali. Kodwa-ke ngiyafisa ukukukhumbuza ukuthi kungani besikhuluma ngaye kangaka uGeneral Fani, sithi akwazi ukuthi i-IDEC inga-charge uGeneral Masemula bese yasala uGeneral Fani. Ngifisa ukukukhumbuza ngoba yingakho ngithi angicacise iqala le ndaba ukuthi udaba okukhulunywa ngalo manje lokuthi aka-motivate ukuthi kungani fanele angasuspendwa alihlangene noKhethi Matlala kodwa lihlangene nomsebenzi ayiwenza ngaphambilini ngoba siyafisa futhi kufanele agcine sekuthiwa kuthatha inyathelo odabeni kaKhethi Matlala ngalesi sizathu.
Now the question is, was Masemula, as the accounting officer, was he grossly negligent? As such, of his gross negligence, the SAPS suffered losses through corruption. Was he negligent? Now here's the explanation that Masemula has, and you should expect this in his defense by Advocate Moses Kakane SC. So Masemula narrates this to say, around December 2024, when the media came up with this idea that Matlala is involved in Tembisa and what, and also raising possibilities of fraud. Now, firstly, the SCM of SAPS has the bid specification committee, which now sits with experts, which sits and draws the specifications together with the user, which is Advocate Nkua. So not Advocate, Lieutenant General Nkua. They sit in that. And also, Brigadier Linon was part of that as a psychologist, which in the end, the audit committee says she did not qualify, but we'll come back to that one. Then there was a bid evaluation committee. Now, a bid evaluation committee evaluated all the bids that were there, which I think Matlala's company's one was bid number 20, if I'm correct. And also, Brigadier Linon was part of the BEC. The people you see in that arrest last time, most of them are or were in the BEC, the Bid Evaluation Committee. They were there. And then, maybe except Brigadier Mache. Then they move that to the Bid Adjudication Committee, which is now chaired by the Divisional Commissioner of the SCM, Supply Chain Management. That's a division where he is the divisional head, Lieutenant General Dr. Fani Molefe. Dr. Fani, yes. So he chaired that, and that Bid Adjudication Committee was appointed by Masemula. And in the appointment, he appoints the chairperson and says, I am delegating my duty, which is what happens. The accounting officer delegates duties. So it delegated the duty to evaluate, check the scoring of the BEC, whether the scoring was fair. He can't sit there, Masemula. So he delegates that power to the members of the Bid Evaluation Committee. He says, I delegate you your role to award the tender based on the recommendation by the BEC. Then he appoints other members, the deputy chairperson, the secretariat of the Bid Evaluation Committee. Indeed, they did their job, the Bid Evaluation Committee. They have evaluated the report from the BEC and awarded the tender to the company of Khet Matlala. And if Masemula, we had today the argument by the commission, especially Advocate Baloyi, to say, I think even the chairperson, the accounting office cannot go to the bid specification committee and says, change this, and this. He cannot, because that's not his powers. Remember the other day I said, the functionary cannot perform a job beyond that which they are empowered by law. So the SCM policy does not empower Masemula to interfere with the Bid Specification Committee. It is up to the BEC to evaluate fairly and score fairly. It is up to the Bid Adjudication Committee to make sure that everything is above board. Fine, we're together. So he appointed the board, the BAC members, which was chaired by Lieutenant General Fan, who is the Divisional Commissioner of Supply Chain Management, which makes perfect sense because he's an expert in the area. Masemula cannot be running everywhere. That's why he will have a CFO. He will have the Chief Procurement Officer because he's not an expert in everything. So he delegates the powers to those people. But it doesn't mean that he cannot play his role and being careful by engaging the people he has delegated.
Sesizwile ukuthi uyena manje ose-responsible for yonke into. Uyena futhi umuntu one-signature ugcina uGeneral Fan ukuze ukhetha athole i-contract. Ngesikhathi uGeneral Fan Masemula ethola i-call from IDEC imazisa ngecompany kaKhet nanokuthi uyathinteka edabeni lweThembisa Hospital. Waxhumana noGeneral Fan. Unfortunately wayengekho eselivini kodwa kukhona umuntu amthola and uGeneral Fan unalo ulwazi. Ngicela uzwe la.
He indicated that when the tender was being adjudicated, that he received a call from a member from IDEC warning that there was a company called that was linked to Mr. Matlala that was bidding for the contract. And so what is at Annexure MF6 is the responses, the further responses from the National Commissioner following his engagement with the evidence leaders. And just to recap, the responses from the National Commissioner says that he was contacted by a gentleman from IDEC called Mr. Sunil Belichan in and around May 2024. So just in terms of the timeline we're talking about, this is after the bid evaluation committee has completed the evaluation, but before the bid adjudication committee awards the contract, makes the final award.
Correct.
And what the National Commissioner indicated was that this gentleman from IDEC had raised concerns that there was Medicare 24 Tshwane did not have a valid tax clearance certificate and had been blacklisted, and that it seemed to have been linked to an entity that was linked, or a person that was involved in Tembisa Hospital. So you were then indicating that from this response, he said that he spoke to an official.
Yeah, he had not spoken to me. He had spoken to the official in my absence. I was on leave at the time, and National Commissioner was assured that there is nothing untoward with regards to the evaluation process. When we started, I'll just mention that part here because it's critically important, even though we are not dealing with the adjudication process. When the bid adjudication set and we did the declaration, it would appear that the bid adjudication committee members did not know of any concerns that were raised by IDEC, because when I called upon for them to declare, none of them had any declarations to make with regards to this contract. Neither did I have any declaration because it was unknown to me that this concern had been raised with the National Commissioner.
Yes, but it had been raised with the National Commissioner. Who's the official that the National Commissioner says that he spoke to?
In his letter, in his response to the chairperson of this committee, the National Commissioner has indicated that he had spoken to Major General Hankins.
Yes. And in what capacity was Major General Hankins acting at the time?
I was on leave. She was acting as the Divisional Commissioner of Supply Chain.
So then, despite those, the concerns were raised, then you proceeded to the adjudication.
The unknown to the bid adjudication committee, the tender was tabled to the bid adjudication committee for adjudication, and we did sit as the adjudication committee to adjudicate.
And then on the 18th of June 2024, Medicare 24 Tshwane was awarded the health risk management services contract. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So, General Fani, can I now request that we look at the bid evaluation committee report? It's at Annexure MF7,
Can I get the page?
page 368. So, certainly just to clarify, the heading of the document is written Submission Bid Adjudication Committee. Is this the report of the Bid Evaluation Committee?
That's the report compiled by the bid evaluation committee for consideration by the bid adjudication committee.
Ngakho sikulindele ukuthi uGeneral Fani fanele ayophendula. Uma iDEC kukhona abantu ebachargeayo, ayemcharge noGeneral Fani ngoba uNational Commissioner esezwile ngeIDEC waxhumana neoffice lakhe. Kwathiwa ukuthi yena ukuyilive kodwa lo muntu wayekhona ukhona phela. Uma lo muntu engamtshelanga kodwa njengoba bese benelwazi yini abayenza. Uma ngabe ngempela iDEC icharge abantu kufuneka imcharge noGeneral Fani. Ilokho nje ngikushoyo. Ngiyabonga.